Yo, yo. What's going on, my people? What up? What up? The real prize. What up? Gremlin 306. What's good? What's goody? Critical 8500. What up? Franklin. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, Franklin. What I've been up to today, spent the whole day cleaning my spot. You ever had one of those days, man? Like I started cleaning, like I was in the kitchen, I made breakfast, and then I looked in my microwave and I was like, damn, my microwave is dirty. So I start cleaning my microwave, then I start cleaning the counter, then I start cleaning the sink, then I start scrubbing the floors. Next thing you know, I spent like 4 hours cleaning. So I spent like 4 hours cleaning. But the good thing is I had Ari the Reggae Man's album, so I finally listened to his album from beginning to end. And you know, I played that whole album. Hold on one second, y'all. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Had to get my water. Yeah, basically. Yeah, man. Today was one of them days, man. I had to go get my clean on. Was the album? The album was dope, man. Like Ari, I'm so proud of him, man. If y'all haven't heard it, go check out his new album. I was fortunate enough to do a chorus on there. Wrote one of the choruses. Did one of the choruses on there. On Contradictionary. But the whole album is incredible, man. Like all the features, RA is amazing. Afro, the homie Afro. Fucking dude, it's just so many dope MCs on there, bro. It's just Chris Rivers, the Dragon, is on there killing it, and then just all the legends is on there, man. It's a dope album. What artists do I want to collab with? There's a lot of people. I mean, my favorite kind of new artists in the game, of course, like Kendrick, J. Cole, people like that. But all the legends, of course, man. You know, why am I rocking back and forth like this? I don't know why. Maybe it's like a nervous thing. But I just got off the phone with my dad. Was chopping it up with my dad. I didn't get to talk to him yesterday. I try to call my dad every day. So had a nice talk with him. So you know. Yeah, man, but today was a good day. I wanted to write today. I've been working on the song. Yeah, me and Mark Battles, we do have another collab coming, so be on the lookout. And also my man John Connor's got a new project coming out. Somebody wants to go live. We're gonna let some people go live. No, I miss Babyface and Teddy Riley again. Yo,
Kia ora, man.
yo, what up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd just like to say much respect, man, for your music. Hey, it just resonates with a lot of, with a lot of things that have been going on.
Are you in New Zealand or Australia? Where you at?
Australia, but I'm from New Zealand.
Okay, because you sound that. See, I'm starting to know the difference between a New Zealand accent and an Australian accent.
Yeah, right.
That's a New Zealand accent.
Yeah, New Zealand accent with a touch of Australian accent, but Yeah, man. Much respect, man. Your music just blows me away every time, eh? And I'm just telling my family about it all the time. I'm like, you got to check this dude out, man. He's just off the chain.
Man, thank you so much, man.
It just blows me away how you actually take the holistic view of things. Like, it just blows me away.
Man, that means
I'm
a
like,
lot, man. I'm just trying to trying to just get my art out there, and anytime people can appreciate it, man, and that's why I do it.
for sure.
Yeah, man. How's everything out there in what part of Australia are you at?
Queensland.
Queensland. Okay. Wait, is Queensland, is that a territory? What is that, a city, or is
Yeah,
that
it's Queensland state. They got different
okay, yeah,
territories.
that's what I'm saying. What city are you in?
I'm just north of Brisbane,
Okay,
Brisbane
Brisbane.
City.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, because I've been to Brisbane. So I knew
Oh, nice.
yeah, I've been to Brisbane, I've been to Gold Coast.
You got to check out New Zealand when these flights get going, man. There's some awesome crews that you'd get on well with back in New Zealand. Be nice to have you sort of like come to a big event like One Love concert or something like that and just rip it up.
Man,
I'll
I'd
tell
love
you,
to.
man.
I'd love to. I've only been to the airport in New Zealand.
Sweet.
Yeah.
No worries, man. I'll catch you later, man. I'm keeping up with it, and yeah.
All right, bro. Well, have a good one, man.
Cheers.
All right.
No worries.
Oh man, I look wore out, man. I was cleaning all day today. Yeah, I know what it is, man. I didn't set foot out the house today. What up to everybody, man? Have I found more or less inspiration? I mean, you know what? I'm always inspired. And I'm always motivated. I'm just that kind of person. I mean, I guess I'm always inspired, but sometimes motivation, certain things get in your way. You may not be as motivated, but being at home has actually made me feel pretty motivated. Like, because I'm at home, so I don't have nothing to do. Do I think Corona is 5G? I don't know what people. I don't understand why I mean, do I feel I haven't seen anything that made me feel like there's enough of a connection to say that all Corona is caused by 5G. That just doesn't make sense. I do believe that Corona is a virus, and that anytime you have like certain radio waves or electromagnetic pulse that can affect it can have an effect on the biology of your body for some people and some individuals. So it could contribute it, but I haven't seen enough to make me feel like there's a conspiracy. Like I'm just very leery of certain conspiracies because I just don't be seeing enough information. But that's just how I feel, man. Um, do I think overthinking a bad thing? Yeah, you should never be overthinking. You should be thinking, but overthinking, you don't want to be overthinking. You watch Webby session today? Nah, I wasn't able to watch it, man. I was cleaning all day, and I missed the Teddy Riley and Babyface battle. I missed everything today, man. I literally do. I literally was cleaning for like 4 hours. Like I was cleaning shit that I didn't even know I could clean. Yo,
What's up,
yo,
man? What's up, man?
what's
My
going on,
big
doggy?
fan, man. Yeah, man. One of my favorite freestyles is Shade 45, man. Definitely. I want to tell you that, man. I love you, man. West Coast love, man.
I
I'm
appreciate it,
from
bro.
Jersey, man, so you got to come out here again, New York, man. Just want to tell you that.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, man. I'm trying to start my music, too. Yeah, I've been writing for like 6 years now, but I don't really perform, though. But I'm just trying to get some advice, something like that.
Say that again. You said you
Try to
wanted
get
some
some,
advice.
yeah, if you could, like, how I get started music-wise.
Well, I say, You never put out any music. Have you recorded music? Like I don't really know
Like
where you at
once.
with your career.
No, I just write for now. Like I haven't performed at all. That recorded anything.
Okay, well you need to
Yeah,
record. You need to
yeah,
record. You need to
yeah,
record. You need to just learn how to get into the rhythm and understanding because writing and rapping for your friends isn't necessarily the same as
yeah.
recording and writing songs. Like there's so many different facets. So I would just say if music is something you want to take serious, then you should start engulfing yourself in it completely.
Mm, yeah.
So, recording, writing, just everything that comes to do with music, just
Hmm.
being just because it's more than just sitting in your room and writing raps. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like there's so many different aspects to it as far as an artist, and that's not even including the business part of it. That's just
Yeah.
the artistry. You want to master your craft. You want to become a great artist, a great songwriter, a great, everything. So you just need to engulf yourself fully into
Uh,
it.
yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I do like photography too and videos on the side too. So like,
Okay.
whenever if we can link up one day, man, that'd be great.
Well, I haven't seen nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have some video work or some photography work
Yeah.
that you want to share. You can go ahead and DM it and
Okay.
DM me and I'll check it out.
Perfect, man. Appreciate that, man.
All right, man. Be
All
safe,
right, man.
brother.
Peace, love, man.
What mixing software? I don't mix nothing myself. So somebody said, "What's up, Lock? What mixing software do you use?" I don't mix anything myself. I record on Logic and then I send it either to my engineer or depending on what producer I work with. So like Decap, pretty much a lot of the stuff, um, most of the stuff that I do with Decap, he mixes it. So like I have a new song that's coming out next week. I'm gonna announce that in a couple days. But I recorded it here, I sent it to Decap, and he mixed it. I don't mix nothing because I don't trust myself with like mixing stuff. Like I'm just, that's one thing. I mean, I'll sit in with a mixing engineer while he's mixing, but I don't mix nothing myself, just all by myself. Um, um, Aura the Brave, would you like to write a wrong or clarification? You're weird, man. You're weird, bro. I don't know. You weird, man. I don't know. Diggs 2121. So much love, Boulder, Colorado. What up, Boulder? Have I ever worked with Parks? I don't. Who's Parks? I don't even know who that is. Yeah, I mean, if there's people that certain people I trust. I mean, like for instance, a lot of times I sit in on the mixing sessions and I'm there mixing it with the engineer. Um, um, so I'm there giving my input, but I'm not sitting there mixing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. You know, Joe Budden's guy, and I don't know them. I know Joe Budden. I know Rory. I met those guys. I went on tour with Joe Budden back in the day. Um, any good books I've read? Like I've mentioned before on previous lives, I don't read nearly much as I used to. Okay, or the brain. Why don't you just leave, man? Nobody wants your comments anymore. But I just haven't read that many books, man. Like I don't know. I don't know if that's really a good thing. I don't read as much as I used to. Um, like I have a few books right now, but I haven't. They're all old books. Like I haven't read anything new in a while. Let me check. Let me see what books do I have. These are the last few books that I read. So that's the Think and Grow Rich. Um, my professor, when I was a student at UC Berkeley, he was my professor. He wrote this book about Richard Pryor. I didn't read the whole thing, but I did read some of it. And this is an old classic. How many people know about this? Especially during these days and times. Reading this right now might even scare you. Because, you know. Oh, I also just found this. Who knows what this is? Remember these? Somebody said, "What book is that? You don't know what book that is?" Oh, man. You youngsters. Somebody, your name is Franklin Saint. Oh, you must be a fan of Snowfall. Yo.
What's up, man? How you doing?
You be watching that Snowfall, huh?
Yeah, Snowfall on my show, man.
Bro, I just started watching that show. Like, I'm on season 2 right now.
How you liking it so far?
The season 2 is off the hook.
Season 2. You just on season 2?
I'm just on I'm about halfway through season 2. I'm watching that shit every night.
Cool, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm kind of nervous, but I got some questions I would like to ask.
Well, I got some questions I want to ask you. Where you calling from?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, that's what's up. I've been
Memphis in the building. We rocking with you.
I've been to Memphis. I've been to Nashville. I've been to Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Knoxville. That's in Tennessee, right?
Eastern Tennessee.
Eastern Tennessee. Yeah, I've been to Knoxville. Been to Nashville. Been to Memphis. What's up though? What you wanted to ask?
Well, man, I've been following your music since I was probably like 16, 17. And I do music myself. I call myself Lil Crank.
Okay. Are you a rapper, producer?
Rap, yeah, I like to rap.
Okay.
I recorded a official studio called Wind Sound. It's in Southeast Memphis.
Okay.
I get all my beats from like real producers. Like all of my stuff is like really professional.
Okay. Okay.
And I would like to ask like, what is this your advice for like, upcoming artists that would, like to pursue like rap?
Well, I mean, somebody else was asking me that. It just all depends on where you at in your career and what you're trying to do. I mean, so I can answer that question so many ways, but I like to be specific with my answers. So maybe you can give me more of a specific question and I can give you more of a specific answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there something specific that you want to know about getting started? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I would like to know more information on like, copyright of my music and BMIs and like, how, all of that stuff works. Cause I'm kind of, new to that stuff and I don't want nobody, stealing my music.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. The BMI and ASCAP and those kind of things, they are rights organizations. So basically what you do is you can register your songs with those rights organizations and they collect publishing and writing money or whatever you want to call it, residuals for you. So let's just say if your song is getting played on the radio, your song is getting played in commercials, your song is, you know what I mean, all these things, they are the ones, once you register with them, then they go to the sites that track that and they collect the money from you and then they send you publishing and writing royalties based on, however much your music is generating. So that's what they do. They're a collection, they're a rights organization. Okay. So technically, I guess if you're registering your song with them, then that's a form of copyright because you're registering it with them. So there's a record. But So, but I wouldn't really worry about copyright too much. I mean, if you, let's just say you have a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your song, let's say you put out your song in 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else, let's say your song is called, you know what I'm saying, Memphis Till I Die. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
then somebody else come out with a song in 2020 and it's called, and it's similar. It sounds just like Memphis Till I Die. It's got, you know what I mean? Basically, they just stole your song. Well, even if you didn't copyright it, you put it on the internet. I mean, it's copyrighted. There's a, you can trace it. You can go to court. Now, you might not have enough money as an up and coming artist to pay a lawyer to go through all that, but technically you have the proof. So basically, all you would need is you would need a lawyer, and you would need to hire a lawyer to say, look, this person stole, and then you would have to go to court and prove that they stole that song from you. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So yeah, I mean, that's just how it works. So anytime you create like it, let's say if you release your song on iTunes, let's just say I released that song with Exhibit and Razcast last week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the song is copywritten. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I put it on the internet. So if somebody else come along and steal that song, then guess what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like, yo, you guys took my song. My song was out first. You stole my chorus. You stole my hook. You stole blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I could take them to court for it.
Yeah.
But
So like, yeah, cause my homeboy, not to cut you off, my homeboy, he been doing music as well, and he was saying like to register, like through copyright.gov, and they was saying like it'll take like some months, or whatever
yeah,
for.
come on, man. Ain't nobody got no. I mean, look, when you put the shit on iTunes, that's a copyright. Like, it's everybody knows that's it. So you can go to court. Like, they can't just take that song. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When you register it with ASCAP, there's a record that they got that song. Now, yeah, I mean, you ain't nobody like this is the thing artists have to be careful of. Up and coming artists. A lot of times, up and coming artists, like, yeah, you should cross all your T's and dot all your I's. But sometimes when you're trying to do so much, you're actually holding yourself up. So there's a fine balance that you have to find. Like, like, if nobody knows who you are, I mean, if somebody steals your song and you can prove it, then you can take them to court. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
I see
I
what you're
think the
saying.
thing that you have to be careful of is if you have songs that's unreleased and you give it to somebody and you let somebody else play it, then they can steal your shit and there's no way maybe you can prove that they took it. You know what I'm saying? Or they might just, let's just say you be like, yo, Lock, can you check out my song? And you play me this new song called, you know what I'm saying? We dirty in Nashville, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, right? And you send me that song and nobody else has heard it, and I'd be like, ooh, I like that flow, I like that melody, and I steal it. You know what I'm saying? And I put it out before you, and you're gonna be like, oh, then you're gonna have to prove that I stole it from you.
Lock stole my song.
Exactly. But if you put the shit out and everybody know it, I mean, to me, it's common knowledge that it's already out. You know what I'm saying? Then I would have to, you could take me to court and be like, yo, I had this song out in 2017, and here he come with the exact. And then if you have the money, but you're gonna have the money anyway, even if I steal your song
Yeah.
and I'm, you know what I mean? Like, it takes money to go to court. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why a lot of time big artists,
Can't come in the music business broke. I know that for sure.
yeah, I mean, sometimes, but if you making dope ass shit that people want to steal from you, then guess what? You should be on your way anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say, man. I would just say, man, put your shit out and get it popping. But that's just me. Somebody else might be like, no, we got to take 4 months to register every song. Like, 4 months to every, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna keep, supporting your music, man. And it was nice to hear from you, man, for sure.
It's all love, man. Much success, bro.
You too.
All right, peace. Now, look, y'all, man. I'm no law expert. I'm just giving you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you information that I got. You know what I'm saying? Of course, nobody wants anything to be stolen from them. But, we're going to let some other people. This nigga with Jared Benton. This nigga, man. Yo, fuck ass. This nigga Jared Bit, man.
Yo, what's
Yo,
going on, man?
what's going on, dog?
Going on, man? I wasn't expecting you to accept that request, bro.
No, it's all love, man. What's on your mind, man? Where you calling from?
Not much, man. I'm from Toronto, well, like an hour away from Toronto, just in a small town. You know what I'm saying? And
You said you're in Toronto?
about an hour away. I live in a small town.
Outside. Why do Canadians say Toronto?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's
'Cause
just how it is.
Whenever I talk to people in Ontario, I'm like Toronto, and they're like Toronto,
Yeah,
because we pronounce every syllable like Toronto.
yeah. Over here, it's like we can skip past
Yeah,
some of those syllables. You know, I do that when I'm rhyming too.
yeah, Toronto.
So, Toronto. Yeah, man.
What's up?
I just did your challenge the other day, man. That beats hard, man. As soon as I heard that, I was like, yo, that's fire.
Thank you, man. Yeah, shout out to Decap, man. He produced that. Chris
Yeah, man,
Keys.
that's fire, man.
Thank you, man.
No doubt, man. Yeah, my brother showed me you about probably a couple of years ago at least now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, it's just good to see, you know, actual artists doing hip hop and shit like that, man. I like that.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to do my part, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. Especially collabing with Exhibit, you know, that was huge. How was that?
Man, dope experience. I mean, I've known X for some years now. And I found when I heard the beat, I was just like, I think Exhibit would sound dope on this. So I just texted him, sent him the beat. He's like, I'm on it. You know what I mean? I sent him my verse, and then he just he called me back, had the verse done. Then he's like, yo, I got a surprise for you. Put Ras Guys on there.
Man, that's dope.
So he just, you know, shout out to X. He really looked out for me. He really hooked that up and just like really took it to the next level, you know?
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yeah, it was cool,
I mean,
man. It was cool.
don't he sound clean on that motherfucker?
I know, man.
That's like a perfect Exhibit beat.
Yeah, man. As soon as I heard, I was like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah,
This is hard. That's some hard shit.
Hard West Coast shit, man, for sure.
No doubt, man. So what you been doing in this quarantine, man?
Writing, recording.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just every day. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Just put the headphones on, record, writing, just trying to you know, make use of my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I
do. Have you ever dabbled in like mixing your own vocals and shit like that?
I don't mix my own vocal. I mean, I do rough mixes just so I can hear it. But I don't really mix my own vocals. I like the song I did with the Exhibit. Well, I didn't even record that here. I recorded that at Decap Studio, and
Okay.
And I just recorded this new song with Decap too that I'm going to be releasing soon. And I recorded it here and I sent it to him and I just let him mix it. You know,
Yeah.
Because he's a producer and he wants to mix. He's like, yo, Lock, send me your vocals. Like he'd rather mix it. So it's his.
Yeah.
So if he made the beat, I let him mix it. When I'm working on other stuff, I send it to my guy Dre, and I let him mix it, or even my guy Matt in New York. I usually send my vocals off to get mixed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I don't fuck around with that. That's not. I mean, I'll sit in the studio with people, with my engineer, and mix it with them. But being that we're on lockdown anyway, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna send it to you. You mix it. You know?
Yeah. I've been trying to, cause like it can get expensive, even with like some of the younger, just smaller guys out there. You know what I'm saying? So I've been just trying to do my best at putting out my shit, but it takes time to mix it, and
it takes time. So that's, I mean, that's the thing. Like I've been in the game long enough. It's just like my apartment, like, or anything else. It's like, yo, if I don't feel like clean, like I happen to be locked down. So guess what? I can clean all day in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I'm not, I'm usually busy. I'll just pay somebody. Yo, I need somebody to come clean this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with your music. Obviously, if you have the time and you want to sit and study it, then if you can mix your own shit, that's great. You know what I mean? Like, I would do that. But for me, I'm just kind of impatient. I'm just like, all right, I want to move on to the next shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So while you're mixing that, I'm working on my next song or I'm shooting a video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off. Everybody has their own way. But if you get really good at it, you're mixing it as you going. Like I know Hobson, he was telling me years ago, he's like, man, I started mixing my own shit. So he's mixing. And you know what I noticed too? For me, certain engineers, I just like my guy Dre out here. Like I can record everything at home, but I like to go to the studio with him you know, before all this shit was locked down. I like to go to the studio with him because I like being around him when I record because I like his input. And he actually is producing my vocals. Like he's doing things that I don't know how to do. He's like, yo, Lock, why don't you try this? Or I'll be like, what sounds better? He's like, nah, that sounds better. You know what I mean? So and I've been knowing him, and I trust his ear. And sometimes I finish songs and I record it, and then he just starts doing shit. I'm like, yo, that sounds amazing. Like he starts putting all kind of drops and different things and reversing my vocal stuff that even if I knew how to do, like he just knows how to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Or he may he might copy my vocals and put like a deeper, like monster voice under it, over the just, you know, accent it on certain parts. And I'm like, yo, that shit sounds fire. So
yeah, that's what separates, I think, from just, you know, somebody that produces and mixes. So like that's what separates the big guys from, you know, they know what they're doing, and once you step into the booth or the studio, they can really point you into a really good direction.
Bro, a good mixing, a good recording engine. I mean, dude, you have recording engineers, you have mixing engineers. Sometimes they can be both, and all those different things are just, it plays a part in the product of the song. I mean, there's literally been songs where I'm like, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? When I hear the rough mix. But my guy, you know, Dre, that I record with, and even my homie Matt in New York, like as I'm recording it, he'd be like, nah, just give it a second. And then I'm here, I'm like, yo, this shit sounds fire, because he's tweaking it and doing it. And I was like, that's what I envision. He's like, I know, I got you. I know what to do. And then he'll do stuff that I didn't even expect. And it'll make me like the song a lot more, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, but there's sometimes I don't need that. I can just sit at home and just do it here, and then just, you know what I mean? Let him do it. So it just all depends.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's tough, but, you know, just going along with it, trying to get as much music out as I can. Just listening to music too, man. I like to listen and up to the new shit. Like RA's new album came out, Tech's new album came out.
Fire, classic.
That's just craziness, man.
Classic.
Yeah, man.
I listened to that twice today while I was cleaning. That's literally what I was listening to.
Yeah, that shit's hard, man.
That shit is like classic, man. He really made something special, man. And I mean, it's been 5 years, and I've heard that album go through different phases and different songs, and to finally hear everything together, I'm happy I was able to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that shit's hard. I like on RA's track with Vinny Paz and Onyx. I saw that. Yeah, man. I saw that feature list. I was like, what? That is crazy. That's craziness.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. That's
good
crazy.
for hip hop, man.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
Yeah, man.
Man, I want to thank you for having me on here, bro.
Yeah, man. It's all good. Check back in, man. You know, I try to go on here like every night.
No doubt, man. Peace out.
All right, man. Much success. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like having good conversations on here. You know? It's good, man. I don't mind giving people information. But here's the thing about advice, man. You can get advice from people at the end of the day. Most of the shit you're going to have to figure out on your own. You know what I'm saying? We about to go live with you, man. You better have something good to talk about. Yo.
Holy shit. I did not expect this from you.
Here you go, man. You're on here. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, honestly, dude, I get where you were coming from, but so have you ever clicked on like a live video and it, you know how it recommends emojis right off the bat?
No, I've never done that.
Okay, so basically, click on it and it
so
just has a list of fucking emojis.
It was a mistake, is what you're saying.
Yes and no. So basically, well, no. I mean, to be completely honest, so there's a fucking list of emojis. Fucking normally, I would just go with the heart. Fucking, trying to fucking share love. I do appreciate your music. It's something that you're very fucking a conscious rapper and shit.
Thank
And
you.
like that's why I was kind of blown. Yeah, no, of course. I was kind of blown away by the reaction, and I get where you're coming from again, because like I thought about it. I'm like, man, I guess that almost like comes off more like flirty and shit. But I just clicked one to let my presence be known, because I seen that you weren't currently talking to someone. So I was like, well, fuck. I fucking, just letting my presence be known and fucking kind of thing. And I don't know. I was just like, man, dude, it broke my fucking heart, dude. I honestly like.
It's all good, man.
This motherfucker.
Don't even, man. This is the internet, man. I don't take nothing personal. I don't take nothing. It's all love, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm glad, because I honestly, I'm like, oh man, now I'm pushing his buttons. He's like,
Where you
second time.
Where you calling from?
Michigan.
Okay.
Michigander.
Michigander. It's all good, man. Did you have something you wanted to ask, a question, something you wanted to talk about?
Dude, honestly, fuck, dude, I could fucking spend hours talking to you, but I'll fucking try and wrap it up, because I know you got other people.
No, it's all good. I mean,
and I can't even. But yeah, dude, I just
we're conversing here, man. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, first I want to clarify and just like I don't want that to be my impression that I leave with you. That
we're past that.
Giving you shit.
We're past that, man. We're past that.
Well, thank you, dude. That's fucking big as fuck as you. That's awesome, because either way, I was like, this sucks, man. Like, fucking, I dig this guy, and I'm gonna keep on listening to his music, even though he thinks negatively of me, fucking. But I'd rather you fucking have some respect for me and be able to listen to your music. So, anyways, I know that you enjoy that kind of one-on-one conversation, and you put on those what do you call them, your challenges and shit. So usually it seems like you don't like to do it, but may I quickly, like 30 seconds or 45 seconds, because I feel like you haven't got the chance, and maybe you've seen them and didn't enjoy them.
Oh, so
I don't think you.
So you want to rap your verse to the challenge?
I mean, I guess I was honestly gonna do something else more.
If you want to rap to the challenge,
really remember it.
Put the beat on, man. Let's rap it. Let's hear it.
Fuck, dude. All right, that's an honor. Let me check. Hey, I'm not taking off, but I'm gonna check my phone battery before I disconnect this, just to make sure I can.
All right, just come back. Just come back. Just come back on. Come back on later. I say, hang up. I'm trying to give people a shot, man. It's all love, man. Hold on, I gotta charge my phone. I gotta charge my phone, y'all. Man, he wasn't on nothing, man. He was just, people get excited, man.
Oh, snap. What's up, man?
Yo, what up, bro?
Yo, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, man.
I appreciate it, my guy.
Dude, I think the first time I heard of you was your Give Me a Sec joint. And
you said Give Me a Sec?
Yeah, Give Me a Sec. It was super dope, super dope. Ever since then, I've been following. I think Ali is classic, man. You're definitely an inspiration, dude. Friggin' keep doing what you're doing. I mean, all stuff you've heard before. I wanted to ask you a little bit. Yeah, I want to ask you a little bit about kind of your creative process, I guess. Just when obviously you could talk about stuff from like an album point of view, like touring, things like that. But like when you're just creating a song, like where do you start? Do you start with a beat, a concept? Like how does that look?
That's a good question. So it varies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It varies from time to time. I can say a lot of the new songs that I've been working on, So normally I would hear a beat, and the beat or the emotion of the beat would dictate what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
beat
for sure.
was inspirational. I want to rap about this. And that's usually how, or this song, like, I just want to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I'll be like, yo, I just want to spaz out. So I'm just
Yeah,
looking for a beat. You know what I'm saying? That fits
yeah.
that feeling. So, but what
Okay.
I've done recently, um, I've had topics. So I think this has a lot to do with me touring. So last year
Okay.
I was on the road the entire year. Um, like I had no time to just kind of like get in the zone and write. It was just like the road. I may come home for like 2 weeks, and I'm back on the road for a month. Come home for 2 weeks, back on the road. You know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
finally, what happened was while I was on the road, I just wasn't very motivated to write songs. But what I did do is I started thinking of concepts and ideas, and I was like, yo, I want to talk about this, or I want to talk
Yeah.
about that, and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Literally, we would have conversations. I would have conversations with guys in the van or whatever, and then I'd be like,
Yeah.
talk about that. So what I
Okay.
would do is I would just write in my phone song titles or song concepts, and then when I got home, when I finally started wanting to like record music again and write, I was looking
Mhm.
for beats or
Yeah.
thinking of beats that would fit the ideas that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So I started with the concepts first, and then once I got the beat, I was just filling in the blanks of what I already wanted to talk about. So it kind of
Okay.
the process, it kind of sped my process up because I
Do
already knew
you
what I wanted to talk about.
tend to write your hooks first or your verses first?
That's another thing. So before this time, I would tend to write my verses first. But
Okay.
with the new songs that I've aside from With God, which is the only song that I've released so far, but
Mm.
aside from that, I've
Which
been
is
writing.
fire, by the way.
Thank you.
Mm.
I wrote my verse first and then X, and they kind of all based everything off that verse and brevity, and they came up with the hook off of that. But with all the new songs I've been writing the once I get the beat, I have the idea, then I get the beat, then I write the chorus, and then the verse is the last thing I wrote.
Okay. Okay. That's super
So
dope. Super dope.
so it's been kind
Um,
of the opposite.
okay. That's dope. I mean, taking that into kind of like, and you can tell me to shut up anytime because I know you're
No,
busy and
no,
with some other
it's all
people.
good.
But because I loved Ali. Ali is like one of my favorite albums of, the past decade, honestly. Like, when you were writing the music, was it, were you writing it in mind of like, okay, this is kind of like cohesively, this is where I want to move as a project. Like this song leads into this other one in terms of like subject matter and storytelling and tone and even like how you sequence the songs. Like, is that something that's in your, like, is it, I guess what I'm asking is it different if you're just releasing or writing for a single or for a feature or something rather than writing a song for an album?
You know, man, I tend to think an album. I tend to think just excuse me, in my mind, I tend to compartmentalize things as, or I tend to break things up as like points in my life. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So it helps me. I'm just more of an album guy.
Yeah.
Like I listen to albums. Like I'm not really a playlist guy. I don't really take a bunch of different songs and create. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I do that, but I tend to listen to albums. So even in my
Yeah.
mind, like right now, I have a lot of songs um, that I've recorded. But even if I
Okay.
can't help it, I'm still kind of making it to an album in my head, even you know what I mean, on a
Hmm.
subconscious
Yeah.
level, because that's just how I work. So my mind is
Hmm.
already like, even if they seem random, they kind of fit together. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
but with Ali, I definitely was making an album. I was like, all right, this is about to be my new album. And
Yeah.
I actually had this idea before I did the last album, but I held off. I didn't do it. Or I actually had the idea for making that album, that having a title. But I was just like, nah, you know what? I want to just keep on I want people to get to know me more. So by the time I get to releasing this project, my fans or people who are familiar with me, they already have a little bit of an insight, and I can go deeper
Yeah.
in. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Uh, so that's kind of the mind frame. So yeah, I'm just more of an album person. Even when I'm releasing
Okay.
singles, my mind is still like, this can fit into a cohesive project. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Okay. That's super dope. Um, you are there any like, because I know you said you're working on a project right now. Are there any people that like that you really, really want to work with badly that you haven't worked with, or you're kind of like in the process of trying to work with yet that you can say on live?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
say. I mean, I've been
yeah, yeah,
talking with some folks. Me, it's about having the right songs, the right beats. Like sometimes, it might be a good beat for me, but maybe not the best beat. Like I want to find something where we can find common ground on, and we both.
yeah,
I mean, for me, whenever I get like a feature, I want that feature to sound amazing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like
for sure. Yeah,
with God, I was just like, as soon as I heard it, I was just like, if I can't get exhibit on this, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like this
yeah.
is it. This is it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So once
Hmm.
he was like, I'm with it, I was like, all right, I'm about to write my verse. I wrote it, recorded
Yeah,
it, sent it to him. Then he did his. You know what I mean? So I was just, there's certain beats. So I just try to find stuff. I just want whoever I'm on the song with to shine. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Or bring the
Okay,
most out of the song and the most out of me. So
for
that's
sure.
kind of how I go about it.
Okay, for sure.
And then
This is the last thing.
some guys, not to cut you off, but some guys
Yeah,
where we're on the same page. Like a lot of times, like with me and Jaron Benton, I know like we're like I've worked with him a few times, so we're really in sync. So I know a lot of
yeah.
the beats that I'm using. I like a lot of his beats. He likes a lot of my beats. We're kind of in the same world. So I can be like, yo,
Okay.
Jaron, I need you on this.
Yeah,
Or he'll
yeah.
be like, yo, Lock, I need you to jump on this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah,
So
that's dope.
yeah.
Okay. This is the last thing I'll ask you because I don't want to take everybody else's time.
No, so I like good questions.
Yeah, yeah, but like, sir, for me, like, I'm an artist too as well. Like, and I work a lot with my buddy Adam. He's Undefined Beats. You know him. Um,
Yeah. He sent me some
and
dope beats.
yeah, we're always talking about, okay, we got to reach this step to get to this step to get to this step. And like when you hear artists talk about kind of their come up and a lot of like their interviews and things like that, it's kind of like vague, generic stuff like, oh, just keep working hard. Like I just didn't give up, which is like super encouraging and inspirational. But like, were there like maybe like two or three moments leading up to this in your career that kind of like, once that happened, maybe it was like a playlist placement or like somebody shouting you out or something that kind of like got you to that next level. Not saying you're like
Mhm.
not going to progress even further, but like what has gotten you to here? Like, are there a couple standout things that like have gotten
Yeah,
you to the point where you are? If that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, my career is just really, my career has been a really long, it's been a long journey.
Oh yeah.
So there hasn't been. I've just done a lot of stuff, man. Like a lot of people know me for a lot of different things. Like I was a battle rapper. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Hmm.
So I want to say I first got like I didn't start off battle rapping, but
Hmm.
once I started battle rapping and I knew I was good at this, I kind of started gaining a name. Like people's like, yo, that's the dude Locksmith. He's nice. He be eating rappers up. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that kind
Yeah.
of like got me a name. And it kind of established me in my area here in the Bay Area. And then I had songs on the radio. When I was young in the game, me and my partner, we had a group Frontline, and we were on the radio. We were getting played on the radio 50 times a week. You know what I mean? We were
Yeah.
performing at
Okay.
Summer Jam and all that kind of stuff. So we
Hmm.
got a lot of notoriety through that.
Okay.
And then when I started releasing music on my own, um, I had build relationships. Like, I have always known Sway, you know what I mean? From like the battle rap era and from the
Okay.
Wake
Yeah.
Up
Yeah.
Show. So when I came to New York, I want to say one defining moment for sure is when I decided to go to New York and start working with Ski Beats and different people out there. And
Hmm.
it just opened my eyes to just how to create independent music and release it through the internet and use blogs, which were big at that time, like in
Yeah.
2012, 2011. So when I started doing that, I was like, oh, and then that's how I met other artists. That's how I met RA. I met RA the Rugged Man. I met Murs.
Yeah.
I met Currency. I met, you know what I mean? Like all these different people. And, I just started networking. And then I signed with the production company out there. And then I learned some stuff from that. So it's just like a whole bunch of little things that I just always constantly learn from. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And throughout that time, I just learned little information like, oh, that's how playlists works. Or like, oh, that's how, this works. That's how SoundCloud works. Oh, now we're doing
Mhm.
this now. Oh, now, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you just keep your ear to the streets, and you just realize how music is being consumed and how it can work for you. You know what I mean? So, but for me, the number one thing has always been trying to be good and trying to be dope and trying to be better at my craft.
Yeah.
Everything else
Gotcha.
comes around that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I feel that.
Because at the end of the day, that's what just means the most to me. That's how I sleep at night, feeling like I did something. I feel like it's dope. I feel good when I go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you go because I know other people want to go live with you.
It's all love, man.
Yeah, I did your challenge because that beat was fire and you smoked it.
Thanks, man.
But you're a real inspiration to me, man. I think you're like top 10 alive, honestly, in my opinion.
That means a lot.
But God bless you, man. And yeah, man, just stay up.
Much success.
We're rooting for you. See you, man.
Thank you, man. Sorry, y'all. My phone is like charging. I got the shit sitting sideways. Oh, I don't even. Somebody. When will my online stores soon? Soon. I'll be having stuff on there soon. Do you like speaking with people that push you to think differently? Of course. Do I practice or believe in Satanism? No. Do I get inspired by indigenous perspectives or people's struggles? Yeah, of course. I'm reading these questions. Can y'all see this? Are y'all supposed to see this? I don't know how this shit works. All right. Did you sign with Fat Joe? No, I didn't sign with Fat Joe. Shout out to Joe, though. Do I have a hat on my merch? Yeah, I do. I sold out all of them, man. Do y'all want some more merch, some more hats? See, that's what I'm talking about, or the break. Why are you saying? All right, man, we about to go back on, man. What are you talking about, Satanism, man? Let's have this good conversation.
What are you talking about?
All right, now what are you talking about? 666 Satanism? What is it you talking about?
Again, I know that there's a lot of I guess negative shit about that.
No,
around that.
Some
people
there's no negative.
have different views.
Explain whatever you want to explain. I'm not making any preconceived notions. I want you to explain to me what is it you want to talk about?
Unless it's with emojis. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
I hope you have a sense of humor.
Go ahead,
I'm
man.
just messing. But anyways, no, just your followers, or the people you personally follow. I seen that it was 666. I didn't fucking know if that was like something.
I follow 666 people on Instagram.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And like, dude, like dude, I'm sorry, but that shit's funny as fuck because, like, again, I was kind of bummed out about the whole scenario, and I kind of like wanted to get other people, some of my homies, like opinions and shit, which was about 50-50. Some like, yeah, that was pretty gay, bro. Fucking, yeah, I get where he's coming from. I'm like, yeah, well, fuck, dude. It was more of an admiration, like love for the music kind of thing. But
it's all good, man.
I guess, like
I said, we moved past that, man. It's an emoji. I mean, it's no big deal.
Right. And fucking but yeah, one of my buddies, he's like, I wouldn't even worry about it. Look how many followers he's got. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I know he seems like he's introverted and he probably doesn't follow. He's just like, go take a look. I'm like, oh. And I was like, What I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of how that was thing, and obviously, like I was being petty and kind of pushing at you, I guess,
That's what I'm
because
saying. That's what you're
poking the
doing.
bear,
You're
because
push. You're
that really
pushing at me, man. Why you want to do that, man?
what you called me weird twice, and dude, don't get me
Because you were
wrong,
doing weird
like
stuff in the
I prefer
comments.
eccentric. Oh well, come on, man. I have a little fun with you. We're laughing about it now. It's memories.
All right, man. It's all good, man. It's all love, man.
All right, thank you again. It was big of you to fucking let it go to even fucking bring me on, and I'm glad that you did, because now that you can spoken with me, I feel like you understand that it was just a misunderstanding. And but anyways, I don't. If you're cool with that, I'm gonna attempt this thing again. I've only done it
Let's
once,
go
so
for it, man. Let me hear it.
let's try and get this mix right, make this sound decent. I don't know how it's gonna sound through this, but we'll. Is it worth living your life as a prisoner to the literature, wisdom, and words? Minister recommends I sit in church, repent my sins, hesitant to remember them immature regrets I commit till it hurts. The measurements I went to dismember the stress, but it never ends. It inhibits your thoughts, heart, and your head, pulls you apart from your limbs. Darkness on the walls of this apartment again. Visitors giving their ignorant opinions, considering deliberate decisions. But if they were to live in your position, they'd acknowledge dominance is evident and present in your inventiveness, like Thomas Edison. I got the agenda, listen, I'm about to address the shit with all of these syllables and sentences. They say if you have abrasions on your flesh in the form of creativeness and a way to express or a way to commend the places you've been, which mainly has been in the middle of the mitten, and the reference consists in Michigan, located in Maple Rapids. Eventually, I'll head in from my ankles to neck, head and feet. No, I have not been to prison, so stop asking if I've been convicted and how long I've been sitting. All it is an image. When I have died and I am dead, they will be all that is left of me, which is fine by me, and I can finally have this time for my mind to sleep. I guess we'll see if it's a sin. They say I will pay an expensive fee, but there might not even be a price for me. And that is not up to me or you to judge, but let up to Jesus Christ and the Son and God to discuss. So we gotta discuss. I bet they can see the way you treat, segregate, and discriminate against a different race. Then degrade pigment and weight, inches and shape when we're synonyms in the same. Intellectuals with the brain, the statements you make about the disabled, how they're physically unable and mentally unstable, where they have lived and where they raising the men and women that are straight, or are they lesbian, bitches, and gay, transgender, bisexual, my intentions to end the hate. You can still be saved, my friend, I'm giving you forgiveness, but you must make a decision. Take my hand and pray in the name of the Lord up above. Forgive him for what he has done. Even I ain't claiming to be a saint or a priest. I just hope I can make him see. Show him the road to faith and belief. Can't we make the streets a place of peace and equality? Honestly, not a need for oddity, so drop it, please. Fucking thanks for the
It's
time,
all
my G.
good, man.
It's fucking awesome.
I showed you love, man. So we're gonna let the
Beautiful
people
moment.
down in the comments tell you what they have. If you guys have any words of criticism or any kind of critiques.
May I ask you?
You want my opinion? Is that
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, critiques from the best.
You need to work on your delivery a little bit. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to give opinions, man, because I just want you to take this.
Well, I understand. Like, I will use it.
No,
and I
I'm
won't
not
take
even
it
being
personally.
personal, because
Like, I would.
Even in my opinion, like what I like and what sounds good to my ear may not necessarily be what sounds good to somebody else's ear. Me personally, I like things that are a little bit more clear with the delivery. Like your delivery sounds still a little bit like you're working on it, like you're reading it a little bit. It doesn't sound very,
Yep.
it
And
doesn't
I get
sound
that a lot.
natural. So I would work on that. And then as far as the flow is concerned, with a beat like that, unless you really know how to ride the pocket, with beats, sometimes less is more. Sometimes it calls for you to speed it up. Because even on the challenge, I noticed there were a few guys who were like able to do a fast flow, but they did it so well in the pocket. It was perfect. So when you have a beat that's kind of slow like that, it's kind of like mid tempo to like low mid tempo. It's like boom, boom. I was raised in a different era. You know what I mean? So it's kind of slow. So you got to be, if you're going to do a fast flow, for me personally, you got to be like, you got to really do it in the pocket, like da 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 da. Now, then I start losing what you're talking about. It just, you know what I mean? So sometimes when you're doing a fast flow, you have to be careful because sometimes you can lose whatever you want to talk about because it's so many words. It's a very thin line you have to kind of ride. So I would say, you know, be careful of those kind of things. Anytime people are doing like a kind of like a little bit of a fast or like a multi rhyme style on a simplistic beat, sometimes you got to be careful because you might sacrifice what you're actually talking about.